You know, some stories are written in books, others are carved in stone, but the story we're diving into today, well, it was woven, thread by thread over 70 centuries. We're talking about China's incredible living art of weaving.
So where does a 7,000-year-old story even begin? Well, it's not with a perfectly preserved basket or some ancient mat. No, it actually starts with a ghost. Seriously, take a look at this. These are the ghostly imprints left behind on ancient pottery. We're talking Neolithic pottery from sites like Banpo and Himudu. Fabric was pressed into the wet clay, and this is all that's left. It's like the very first whisper of an art form that would go on to shape an entire culture.
And really, that brings us to the big question, doesn't it? How do you take a simple plant, something growing right out of the ground, and turn it into a timeless piece of art? Something that's both useful and beautiful. Come on, let's dive in and see how that magic happens.
Okay, so we're going to start with the most humble material of all, straw. I mean, for so many people, this is literally where it all began, with the plants growing right outside their front door. It doesn't get more accessible than that.
But before you can weave anything, you kind of have to learn the language. And yeah, weaving has its own language. It's all built on a few core techniques, these simple over and under patterns that are like the basic grammar for every single thing you could possibly make, from a simple mat to a mind-blowing sculpture.
Okay, check this out. This shows you just how much a tiny little change can make. Over here, you've got the herringbone weave. See that classic V shape? And then on the other side, that's the twill weave, which gives you that cool diagonal pattern. The basic idea is the same. It's just over, under, over, under. But these tiny shifts, they create totally different textures and even change how strong the final piece is. It's amazing.
And when we say straw, we're not just talking about one thing. Oh no. Artisans use a huge variety of plants, and each one has its own personality. You've got wheat stalks, super flexible corn husks, tough cattails, rushes, reeds. I mean, the list goes on. And each one gives a totally different feel and function to whatever you're making.
So what can you actually make with this stuff? All right, let's do a little lightning round. First up, you can make an unbelievably intricate mat like this one. Get this, it's made entirely from corn husks. The level of precision is just wow, absolutely astounding.
Next, you can make something totally practical for everyday life. A tough, durable basket that's meant to be used. You know, carried around, filled up with stuff. This is functional art, plain and simple.
And finally, you can take it all the way to pure art. This elegant container, with those amazing dyed colors and that beautiful shape. Yep, you guessed it, also made from simple corn husks. It just goes to show you the incredible artistic range you can get from the most basic materials on the planet.
All right, so we've seen what you can do with flexible straw. Now let's switch gears to a material that's a whole different ballgame. It demands a totally different set of skills. We're talking about the strong, rigid, and honestly, soulful world of bamboo.
See, with bamboo, you can't just bend it to your will. Nope. First, you gotta tame it. And that all starts with a very specific set of tools. We're talking sharp knives, saws, planes, all used to split those hard, hollow canes into super thin, workable strips. Honestly, just preparing the bamboo is an art form all by itself.
And this is what that transformation looks like. You go from those raw canes and a bunch of sharp tools to this, a magnificent rooster, just bursting with life and color. I mean, what a leap. It's a breathtaking jump from a raw plant to a complex sculptural piece of art.
So you're probably wondering, how on earth did they get that kind of detail? Well, a big part of the secret is a technique called multi-layer weaving. Picture this. The artisan is weaving with several layers of these super fine bamboo strips, all at the same time. This lets them build up these complex, almost painterly patterns. And the crazy thing is, the final piece looks really delicate, but it's actually incredibly strong.
Yeah, and bamboo weaving is often just unbelievably precise. It's all about geometry. You see these patterns, like this hexagonal weave here, they're not just pretty decorations. No way. These are feats of pure mathematics and planning. They create these structures that are, yes, beautiful, but also super stable. You know, there's this old saying among the master artisans that I just love. It describes the perfect strip of bamboo. It should be as thin as paper, as smooth as jade. Just think about that for a second. That really gives you a sense of the incredible level of skill and dedication it takes to get this right.
Okay, on to our third and final material, rattan. And if bamboo is all about that rigid, hollow strength we just talked about, rattan is the complete opposite. It's all about solid, flexible, supple elegance.
So what's the big difference? It's all in how they're built. Bamboo, right? It's hollow and straight, perfect for making rigid frames. Rattan, on the other hand, is solid and naturally flexible. It's made for curves. If you try to bend a piece of bamboo, it's just going to snap. But if you steam some rattan, it becomes super pliable, ready to be shaped into all these beautiful flowing forms.
And here you can see that idea in action. Right here in the workshop, an artisan is using heat and, well, a bit of muscle to bend that rattan into the frame for some furniture. It's that unique property, that flexibility, that makes all those classic comfy curved rattan chairs and tables possible.
But get this, here's a little twist in the story of rattan that you might not expect. Long before it was used for comfy armchairs you could relax in, its incredible toughness made it the perfect material for, wait for it, armor. Seriously. It was so good at absorbing impact that it was used to make shields and other kinds of protective gear. How cool is that?
So when you look at all three, from the humble straw to the mighty bamboo and the flexible rattan, what you're really seeing is a single, unbroken story. It's a legacy of human ingenuity, right? It's about taking what the earth gives you and, with skill and a bit of soul, transforming it into something so much more.
And the most important thing to remember is that this isn't some ancient craft that's just stuck in a museum. Not at all. You find it in the stunning art of everyday life, like this gorgeous bamboo flower basket. It's that perfect balance of being both useful and beautiful. And it's an art form that's always evolving. It combines with other traditions, like with these incredible lacquered bamboo vases. I mean, look at them. You've got two ancient crafts coming together to create something totally new and honestly just breathtaking.
And that's the key takeaway, really. It is alive. You can walk into a vibrant marketplace today and see it everywhere. All these colorful, modern, woven goods. That 7,000-year-old thread, it's still being woven right now into brand new patterns.
You know, at the end of the day, this whole art form is a great reminder that the things we choose to live with, they're more than just objects. They carry stories. The story of the material they're made from and the story of the person who made them. The objects we use help tell our story. So what story will yours tell?